For years, I have traveled the world slinging my creator-owned comics at the biggest and hottest cons. Now I'm busting out my personal collection of comics, toys, games, and more in order to bring the fun and excitement of con life right to your screen. There's only one place to get your comics and collectibles and chat live with the greatest showman in modern comics. So bust out your keyboard and get ready to call it in. You're watching Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. You're watching our special Super Sunday shopping show. That's a lot of S's, but we made it here. And we got a great show for you guys tonight. I just picked up a huge collection of books. I also have a lot of independent stuff that I haven't showcased yet that I'd like to share with you guys tonight, mainly because of the fact that I've really appreciated just how much support I've gotten from the independent comics community. All the creators who, like myself, are working really hard to put out their own comics, do it their own way. Working outside of the system of Marvel and DC and Image and Dark Horse and saying, you know what, we want to do it our way. And we don't want anybody telling us how many books we can put out, how many issues of a book we can put out. We're just going to do it our way. And that's how I felt from the beginning. A lot of people think when you get into this field that part of making it is working with the big two. But I've worked in this field now for 13 years without ever having been published by the big two. And I can honestly say that there's more than one way to make it in comics. And I'm very, I'm very grateful to you guys for supporting me, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to do it. So here we are. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Again, a great collection of books that I picked up from Beyond Tomorrow Comics in Palatine, which is about 20 minutes from where I live. The reason why I go to this shop is they have a really great back issue selection, and they have a huge, huge selection of independent comics. In fact, the owner is a big proponent for buying independent books. Now, tonight's bottom row rack is all going to be thematic. We got the Alex Ross Timeless covers. I have a bunch of these, and I'm hoping I can move all of them because I've been sitting on them for a while. Deal is the same. You spend 25 bucks with me, you get to spin this awesome wheel. You spend 50 bucks with me, you get free shipping on your order, and I will take care of all invoicing this week. Obviously, if you're reading the ticker at the bottom, you see that we have the Warline campaign going live right now. If you haven't made your contribution yet and haven't become a backer, I highly recommend doing it. A couple of things I want to tell you about Warline. You can jump in at a pretty cheap level. If you jump in at just $10, you get a digital copy of both Warline #1 and Yisun Shin #1. But if you jump in at $15, you get a physical copy of the book. Now, this is an early printing of the book that we did for Emerald City Comic Con. And I just want to talk a little bit about Warline before we jump into this. Warline is a double-sized book. So why are you paying $15 for a single issue book? Because you're getting double the amount of story. And there's no ads in this book either. So Warline contains really high quality production values. We work with Dexter Wee and colorist Cody Carvajal to really make sure that the quality of this book was as great as we could make it. And so you're getting a double-sized book. This is going to be a 3-issue series. So once we get to issue 3, Warline is done. We are going to do some multiple arcs with the story. At least that's what the plan is right now, depending on how we go. As of this point, we're at about 45% funded. And if Chris, if you can drop that link down there so anybody who's interested can jump on and become a backer, that would be great, since I know you're in the house. And welcome, by the way. Welcome, everybody. We got Elena here. We got Captain Tuttle, who's saying this special show ain't for crybabies. Wow, he's even Chris Steiskel's little, or is not little, his remark for this show has become a theme for everybody now. This show ain't for crybabies. This is true. And thank you, Elena, for saying that. Making it is paying my bills drawing comics. Keep rocking, man. Yes, officially, I am super impressed by your hustle and inspired by your hustle too, man. You are working your butt off. And Fish had a very successful campaign a couple weeks ago for his book, Caw, The Mighty Caw. And I'm a backer for it, and I can't wait to show you guys this book. We're gonna, once Fish gets it out to me, I'm really excited to see it. I'm gonna read it first, of course, and I will showcase it. And before we get started, Mr. Quincy would like to say hi to you guys. There he is. Hey, I don't know what I'm doing here or why, but I had diarrhea, and I totally redecorated Onrie's rug this morning 5 times. That's right, 5 times. Onrie's day started out cleaning up my crap, and not just one crap. I took 5 whole craps. It was great. And I got him back for all the times he harassed me and called me a little wiener, because I have a little wiener and I wear a diaper. And I'm gonna go now. All right, there you go. All right, Quincy, I'm done bothering you. I mean, you can hang out here, dude. It's cool. People are gonna start buying comics. All right, he's gonna hang out over here. Let's get to it. Let's start schlinging some comics. All right. Now, keep in mind, guys, if you do decide to back the Warline Kickstarter, your credit card is not going to be charged until the campaign is completed. The comics I have here are for you comic lovers out there, and I got great deals tonight. We're going to do all these bottom row books and this top row books here, and then we got $2 comics for the rest of the night. All right, plus our phone. Then we'll do our phone. All right. Spend $25, you get that spin on the wheel. Quincy, Holy Jack Klugman. What's up, Todd? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. So the first book we have tonight is Hallows Eve #1. This is the Alex Ross Green Goblin cover for Hallows Eve #1. It's going to go for $10. So $10 in that Green Goblin. And look at the detail in this too. Alex Ross actually lives really close to me. He's in like the neighboring town, and there was this sandwich place maybe about 20 minutes from me where he did the art for it. So like it's called Circuses, and he did a little mural there, and he put like Superman and Batman and everything, and they have really good sandwiches and breakfast out there. Stop coughing and puking and crapping everywhere, dude. Dude, don't do that. Keep it in your butthole. All right, next book we got here is Rogue Gambit #1. We got Mystique on the cover. This is going to go for $10. Just $10 on this. So $10 on that. And these books are all in like very fine near mint condition. I would even say near mint condition because they were literally bagged and boarded when I got them. This is Wolverine #32, and obviously Rhino is a big Wolverine villain, so they slapped him on the cover of Wolverine 32. This is going to go for $10. And he's like, "Hey, just keep all your crap in your pants, just like I do." I mean, how does Rhino pee or poo? Like, seriously, I don't think he can do it. He's got that suit in it. I mean, unless they like made a cut for his pee hole or his butthole, he's kind of screwed. He's kind of like Quincy wearing that diaper. Eventually, it's all going to leak out. I bet you Rhino doesn't smell very good. Bet you how he feels in that suit is warm. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. He's not like Bentley. Bentley's like just chill. Quincy's got his little paws and he keeps like scratching up my leather couches. And he crapped all over my house. Just look at him whoop his ass. Ain't nothing I can do though. He's too cute. All right, I got Hulk #14. We got the Abomination on the cover. Ah! This is gonna go for $10. He's crapping into his suit. He absolutely is crapping into his suit. There's been a lot of crapping in comics lately. I mean, like, how about last Wednesday's show on The Experience? How many characters were crapping in their, you had Aquaman holding down his trident and, squatting and, crapping. And then you had Wolverine busting out his claws and crapping. Everybody's shitting on the cover of these comics these days. Not the Skrulls, though. They're like watching in amazement. This is Fantastic Four #4, going for $10. How many of you guys are looking forward to Secret Invasion? I know I'm not. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm not really that excited for any Disney Plus TV shows. I guess when it comes to like the Marvel movies, I really enjoyed Guardians 3. And I think the next thing I'm really looking forward to is Secret Wars. But like other than that, it's just everything that's come out on Disney Plus has been really kind of like mediocre, except for Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I like that. And then we got Scorpion here, who's got green lips. How does he have green lips? Miles Morales #4, going for $10. This is a great series, by the way. Alan and I are reading it right now. So the current Miles Morales story, it's a great jump on point for anybody who's interested in the character. And after seeing Across the Spider-Verse, which is probably the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen, in my opinion, I felt compelled to read it. So basically, Miles is going through some stuff, and he fights the Scorpion in the first couple of issues, and Misty Knight shows up, but there's starting to build up to a new villain named, is it Rabble? Rabble! Yeah. So Rabble shows up at the end of issue 2, makes her first appearance in issue 3, which is a pretty decent issue. So we're up to issue 3 so far, and I think there's like 6 issues out already. But if you're a fan of Miles Morales, you'll dig it. It's a good series. So Miles Morales 4, timeless cover, Scorpion, $10 on this. These are all mainly going for $10. What's up, Leanne? How you doing? There was actually a new Loki series that came out this week, and I don't think there is a Loki cover that I have. I don't think I have any Loki covers. I have Phoenix, though. This is X-Men #20. This is going to go for $10. Good to see you, my friend. So we got Phoenix on the cover of X-Men 20. That's going to go for $10. Again, near mint on these books. Black Cat on the cover of Mary Jane Black Cat #4. That's going to go for $10. There you go. That's the picture of the book. This kitten's got claws, folks. All right, and then we got Ultron on the cover of Avengers #66, which is 3 issues before 69, bro! All right, we got Avengers 66 going for $10. Ultron on the cover. And we got Moon Knight #22. That's the Kingpin on the cover of that one, in case you couldn't tell. In case he looked like Michael Chiklis from The Shield. And, you know, I honestly didn't like him as much in the first Spider-Verse movie as the main villain. But then after watching Across the Spider-Verse and going back and watching Into the Spider-Verse again, which I did today with Alan, I actually kind of appreciated him as the villain of that. But to me, honestly, I feel like Kingpin is more of a Daredevil villain. I don't feel like he's a mastermind Spider-Man villain. But, you know, his story in it was pretty good. It made sense. Hey, get this for $10. And we got Kang the Conqueror on the cover of Avengers #15. That's going to go for $10. $10 as well. And then we have the biggest fan of the Cosmic Cube of all time, the Red Skull, on the cover of Captain America, Symbol of Truth #11. That's going to go for $10. Now, these Alex Ross timeless covers are highly sought after. There's nothing particularly key about most of these books. However, one of them is, what makes them key is the fact that everybody's kind of like seeking them. So they're actually just grails. They're grails. They're books that you want to have every single one of. I don't know if you would get them slat, but just having them all splayed out looks kind of cool. Next up, we got, and I know that Marvel's offices in New York, they have all the original art that Alex Ross did for these, like splayed up in their entryway. I have Captain Marvel 47, which features Juggernaut. I love Juggernaut. He's such a great villain. He's a great Spider-Man villain too. This could go for $10. Okay, so I said most of these are not key books. Here's the one that is a key book. This is Spider-Man number 7, first appearance of Spider-Boy. The original art for that book sold on the original art experience for an obscene amount of money that I'm not allowed to disclose. It's crazy. But this is a pretty hot character. I've actually caught up on that Spider-Man series. So it starts off with being like a Spider-Verse story, and not a very good one. It's not as compelling as like the movies are. But basically the villain in it is Shathra, who's like this Spider-Wasp character. J. Michael Straczynski introduces her in his run of Amazing Spider-Man. Great villain, especially in that run of Spider-Man. But basically what Shathra is now doing is she's taking all the Spider-Mans from the different universes and converting them to her cause. And she has this knife at her disposal, which if you get stabbed by this knife, you get cut from the web of life and you just disappear out of existence. So Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, gets stabbed in issue 1, which we have in stock if you're interested. I got plenty of copies of it. She gets stabbed in that first issue and she just disappears. So now all the Spider-Mans that are left are trying to save her. And eventually they bring Spider-Boy into the picture. It all resolves in this issue. So you're going to want to read it all. And it is kind of a grind. I have to say the only reason why I was able to get through it relatively easily was because of the fact that I was reading it with Alan. And you have a real all-star team on this book. You have Dan Slott and Mark Bagley. Dan Slott wrote the script for the Spider-Man video game that came out on PS4, and he was also a longtime writer on Amazing Spider-Man. So I think he wrote from like 2010 up until like 2018 or 2019. So he had a long stint. He was basically from mid-500s up till issue 801. So he's been working on it since Brand New Day, and he's got a lot of experience with it. Mark Bagley, on the other hand, has been illustrating Spider-Man since the mid-300s. He illustrated the first appearance of Carnage, and did a whole bunch of really great stuff on Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite artists and a great guy. I've met him multiple times. So seeing them together is really great. I just think that the storyline that they were put together to tell has sort of a slow start. It doesn't like really ramp up until later on. Issue 9 came out this week, and as of, I want to say, issue 5 of the book, things really start to ramp up. So if you're kind of like thinking about whether or not you want to give it a shot, I'll show you the issue 1 covers I have. It really is a good read, and I have multiple copies of it too. I have 2 copies of this variant of it done by, I think, Humberto Ramos. Yep, Humberto Ramos. So we got two variants of it. If anybody's interested in just jumping on, it's $5 on it. And then this is issue 7, which features the first appearance of Spider-Boy. So this is a key book right here, but it's also part of that timeless cover stream right here. So this is going to go for $10. And this is actually no, this one's going for 15. Sorry, this one's going for 15. So for a lump sum total on all the timeless covers, because why would you want to buy one when you could buy them all? Here's what I'm willing to do. We got $145 worth of books here. If someone wants to clean me out and take all of these books here, I'll drop the price down to $120. So I'll take $25 off, and you could own all of these books on the bottom here. Keep in mind that all of our FOMO books tonight are also timeless covers. So we'll see if we can make something work. Have a good night. No, we can't cancel me tonight. Unfortunately, canceling me is out of the question. Hey. All right. Next up, we got Doom 2099, number 1 through 4. Doom 2099 is a great series. As you guys noticed from Across the Spider-Verse movie, we now have our first introduction of the 2099 character on screen. Doom 2099 is awesome. It is a fantastic read. So Doom 2099 sees Doom awaken in the year 2099. Something happened. He ends up in the year 2099. Doesn't know how he got there, but he shows up in the year 2099. He must have cast some spell. Something happened. He ends up there. And things have changed. He's in Latveria in 2099, and he's no longer in control. On top of that, his technology is not as it's not up to date anymore. So he gets his ass whooped when he tries to confront who's in charge. And the person in charge of Latveria now is a guy named Tiger Wilde, who runs this big corporation called Tiger Wilde. So he kicks Doom's ass, and Doom pretty much dies, or he's on his deathbed, and these gypsies save him. And he used to run with the gypsies because that was his origin. And they revive him, and they give him all new armor and access to their technology. And Doom decides he's going to wage war with Tiger Wilde. So these first 4 issues here make up the first full arc of Doom 2099, and they show how he turns the tides against Tiger Wilde and basically reclaims his throne as the ruler of Latveria. It's a really compelling arc. It's very well written. In fact, it's so well written that every issue of the book has a Shakespeare quote at the beginning from Henry V. It's really, really great stuff. This is going to go for just $15 tonight. You get these 4 books for just $15. Doom 2099, 1 through 4. I highly recommend this. This is a great, great read and a great introduction into the 2099 universe. This was, I think, the 3rd character that got a 2099 treatment. So the first was Spider-Man, and then there was Ravage 2099, who I think is one of the last characters that Stan Lee created. And I'm surprised they haven't done anything with him lately. I've actually been reading this series, Spider-Man 2099, Dark Genesis, which is basically Maximum Carnage 2099. And it's been kind of interesting. It's a little different. I'm liking it. I'm having fun with it. I'm able to, especially after seeing the movie, I can kind of put myself more into. I can invest myself more into this world. And it's pretty much Maximum Carnage 2099. Like I said, it's fun. But these the 90s books are the ones that really get you into it. I love you too, Tori. You're the best. You are great. Elena really wants to cancel me tonight. Unfortunately, there's no canceling of Onrie right now. And then we got Rorschach by Tom King. This is a pretty deep series. It takes place within the Watchmen universe, same thing as the TV show that came out in 2019, which I really loved. Basically, Rorschach's been dead, but there's a new person taking on the role of the character, and we find out more about what's going on with it. It's a really deep story. It's really hard for me to sum it up for you, but there's a lot of comic book history reference in it. There's a character who's basically Steve Ditko in it, and he's kind of like the person that they're saying is Rorschach, who's taken up the role of Rorschach. And the story behind Rorschach is really crazy. So we got the whole series. It's a 12-issue series, and that's it. It's all from DC's Black Label. We got all 12 issues here, and I'm going to do this all for $30 today. So $30 gets you all of Rorschach, $30 for the entire run. And I think each issue of this is going for a lot more. Yeah, $5. 5 plus 12, it's normally $60 for the whole set. You get it all for $30 tonight. Bagged, boarded, ready to go. I think I'm doing this for too little, if I'm being honest. But I'm basically going on fair market value right now. And just because these books sell at that cover price doesn't mean that they stay at that value. Everything is determined by how much they're sought after. And as of right now, no one's really hunting for that. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its value. So $30, you can basically get all these books for half off. So that's a steal. And then we got Spider-Man versus Venom. This is a really cool reprinting of the first appearance of Venom. the first 2 cameos you had in 298 and 299 plus 300, and then you got 315 through 317. All those issues of Amazing Spider-Man printed on slightly bigger, wider paper than your standard comic book, and you can really appreciate the art a little bit more. These pages are all white and nice and not as breakable, or not as flimsy as the newsprint they were originally printed on. Harder to keep in good shape too. So if, let's say, you own those issues of Spider-Man and you just want to read them, but you don't want to bust out those newsprint copies, you can grab these and read them. My ask on this today is going to be $25 on Spider-Man versus Venom. It's in really good shape. It'll go really well in your collection. All right, it is time to start busting out those $2 comics, but before we do that, I'm going to showcase the Warline trailer real quick for you guys. So sit back and check that out, and be sure to check out the campaign if you haven't yet, and make your pledge now. We're almost at 50% funded, so check it out. All right, excellent. So as of right now, Warline is at $3,312 raised so far. We have 95 backers. Now, something I've been thinking about this last couple days is, am I more concerned about how much money we're raising or how many backers we have? And the answer to that is, I care more about how many actual physical backers we have on this campaign. As of right now, we're at 95. And the way this campaign is progressing is it's moving at about the same pace as where Yusu Shin was at, which is really great. That's where I want to be. But most importantly, I want to see by the end of this campaign that we have more backers on Warline than we did with Yusu Shin. Even though they're different projects entirely, I still want to see that we got more backers. So even if you guys jump in at just $10, you're getting a digital copy of not only Warline #1, but you're also getting Yusu Shin Warrior and Defender #1 as well. We're 5 backers away from hitting 100. And I don't care if we don't sell a single comic tonight. That's totally fine. We got all the next week to showcase stuff and move through stuff. But if you guys back this campaign and we can get up to 100 backers, that would mean the world to me. We just need 5 backers to just pledge at, any basic level. But we also have a lot of really cool stuff that we're showcasing on there. You can get original artwork, and these are key pages. You got the first main cover up for sale for $500, which honestly is a really cheap price when you think about it. When this book gets to where I'm planning to take it, you're going to wish you were able to get it at such a low price. And the key pages that we have the other interior pages that we have for sale are all original first appearances of characters. So You got the first appearance of Warlion on a page. You got the first appearance of Sector 2687 on a page. You got the first appearance of Overseer on a page. And you also got first appearance of Berserker, who is the main villain of issue 1. So definitely check that out. There's also slabs for sale still, and we also have some really cool Frank Uzan color covers. I will show you guys that real quick. Let me see. I'm going to share the screen, and let's see. Where is that? Where is that art? Should be somewhere here. There we go. And there you go. So we still got a whole bunch of these. So this was actually limited to only a 70 copy print run, and we got it going for $45 right now. It is triple signed by myself, Chuck Pino, the editor on the series, and Frank Uzan, who is a Israeli-based artist. So getting him to sign something is kind of hard. But on top of that, you got a very exclusive variant, which we're not reprinting. You could either get this slabbed, and it's guaranteed to come in at a 9.0 or higher. It's a 9 point something, and it is triple signed. It's a signature series signed by myself, Chuck, and Frank. So definitely check this out. This is really great. We still, I think, have 14 of these up on Kickstarter presently, and I would love to see someone pick them up. Thank you very much, Garcia. I appreciate you saying that. There's some really, really awesome stuff we have on there. Another thing I want to point out too with the Warline campaign is that for every physical backer who not only supports Warline but also picks up another series that I'm a big fan of called Blood and Fire, I've teamed up with the creator of that series to get you guys a really cool 8x10 print, which you guys can check out right now. Give me just 1 second here. I don't know why it's not allowing me to do it. Share screen, window, there we go. So you guys can get this special, every physical backer who supports both Warline and Blood and Fire 1 through 3 gets this special 8x10 print included in their reward. So both Aaron Werblowski and myself, we're going to provide you guys with this really cool, awesome art, which shows our two main characters fighting a bunch of zombies, hippies, and monkeys with laser beams and whatever else have you. It was a pretty cool collaboration. I'm really pleased with it. So definitely check out all that cool stuff. We will hook you guys up. Now it's time to bust out those $2 comics. Time for doing those $2 comics, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. We're talking books that just hit the stands, or books that I just dug up because they're really freaking cool. So everything's going for $2 right now. The first book we have tonight is Reed Fleming, World's Toughest Milkman. This has David Moore written all over it, because David Moore, if things didn't work out in the sports realm, was going to become a professional milkman, and that would really work well with his half centaur body, because you can milk a centaur, and it all works out great. So we got Reed Fleming, World's Toughest Milkman, going for $2. We got Pablo in the house. Pablo, what's up, man? Good to see you. I hope you've had a chance to check out the Warline campaign on Kickstarter right now, but if you haven't, or if you're not interested, we got $2 comics. We got all kinds of stuff here for you tonight, so feel free to call it as you see it. Next book we got here is Deathstroke Incorporated number 11, going for just $2. I have House of Slaughter number 1. That's going for $2. That should be a FOMO book. And I have another variant of it going for $2. So House of Slaughter going for $2. These are number 1s, guys. And Deathstroke number 11. And then I got Sandman Universe Nightmare Country number 1. I got 2 copies of that going for $2. I have issue number 3 and number 4. If you grab this entire set here, it's just 6. And if you want that extra one, it's going to be 8. My man, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, gotcha. You want both the House of Slaughters, David Moore? Let me know about that. Yeah, all right, cool. David Moore cleaning off that $2 rack, guys. Don't mess with David Moore. Remember what happens when you mess with David Moore. You're going to have to hear the David Moore. You're going to fall to the mighty battle cry of David Moore. And if you guys haven't heard that before, here it is. David Moore! When you do that, you fall to the mighty battle cry of David Moore, who has now gotten himself up to $10. Thank you, David Moore. You're awesome. Wow, is he weird? He is a weird dude. I don't even want to do an impression of him because I know it's going to be bad. He's kind of like a mentally deficient version of Owen Wilson. Instead of saying like, "Oh wow," he's like, "Oh wow." That was funny. That was stupid. Shut up and keep slinging comics. All right, fine. I have Bounty Hunters, Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 23, and this guy's like, "Get me Randy McConaughey for this and stuff." Sorry, $2 on that. I have a really cool Black Panther series right here. This is Black Panther number 1, variant cover done by John Romita Jr. And here's another variant of it, going for $2. This is actually a really great first issue. So what happens is Black Panther decides to leave the Avengers because he's got way too much on his plate. And in the meantime, there's some really cool espionage stuff going on between two of his agents who are on a mission. And everything goes wrong, and Black Panther gets pulled into it. It's a really, really great run. We got the first issue going for $2. Both the variants. We have the variant of number 4. We have a variant of number 5. And then, actually, we have an issue 2 here, too. So that's a number 2 going for $2. And then I have a number 6 going for $2. If you want all these Black Panther books, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 for $12. All 6 for $12 for the Black Panthers. This is a really great pickup right there. I have some Onrie. We got Onrie in the house. Onrie. Archie number 22. This is Over the Edge part 3. It looks pretty dramatic. Looks like someone's about to die. All right. Yeah, that's right. That's what he does, Pablo. Should have remembered that. But that's pretty cool that you were an extra in this film, David Moore. Was it? I'm assuming it had to be a sports-themed movie. I have Batman number 32. This is a 0-year tie-in, which is a pretty deep and intricate arc in Batman, done by Scott Snyder. This takes place before year 1. This is like 0 year when Gotham was overrun by the Red Hood gang and the Riddler, and Batman was just starting out. In fact, he was so new at everything, he had purple gloves on instead of his gauntlets. It was a pretty intense run, and I got through, I want to say about 2/3 of it, but I just kind of fell off at some point. But there's some really good stuff that happens in this run, and we got issue 32 going for $2. If you're a completist, we got issue 32 right there for you. I have Army of Darkness versus the Reanimator going for $2. I have some cool Ghost Rider books here from the current run. I've read a couple issues of it so far. I'm going to say I'm on issue 5 of it, and it's pretty cool. It starts off with Johnny Blaze being in a town where he has a family and everything in his life is great, but something is, bothering him in the back of his mind, and he can't tell what it is. and he eventually finds out that he's actually trapped in like being trapped by these demons, and he frees himself by becoming Ghost Rider, and then he's off to like get like away from everything, and the spirit of vengeance is directing him, and he's like back on the road, and now the FBI is on his trail, and they've enlisted this Majestic to try and track him down. So we have issue 4. This is a variant cover of it. It's a badass cover. I really like this. It's a cool 3-panel action sequence. See Johnny turning into Ghost Rider. It's pretty badass. I love it. And then we got issue 7 here. I think this is the standard cover. You get them both for $4. Get them both for $4. All right, let's see. It was a crime movie. Wow, that's cool. That's interesting. His mom is Alan Moore. Conor McGregor, they were thinking about casting Conor McGregor to play Ghost Rider, but the problem was he couldn't pronounce it correctly, so he didn't get the job. They're still thinking about putting Finn Jones in the role of Ghost Rider, because you could be a wuss and be Ghost Rider. All right, next book we have here is Avengers X-Men Eternals. This is a big crossover. We got a Storm cover with Arthur Adams art on it. This is number 1. And then we have Phoenix on this version right here. And I believe this is Delgado. $2 on each book. For these X-Men's. X-Men! All right. Oh! David Moore, we actually have some books that your mother worked on. That your mom worked on. Coming up. I have Batman Phase Claw number 1. That's going to go for $2. Conor McGregor is beating up NBA mascots these days. That doesn't surprise me. So you have Batman Phase Claw number 1 going for $2. Phase Claw! All right. I have Batman and Robin number 34 going for $2. Batman Detective Comics number 33. And here's another variant of that. Going for $2 a pop. Some more Batman here. We have Batman versus Bigby number 1. This is the main character from, what was it? From Fables. Bigfoot, who's a detective. Batman versus Bigby number 1. This is a 6-issue run. First issue going for $2. I have Batman Killing Time number 4 of 6 going for $2. And now I got an independent series here from Image. Above Snakes number 1. I got 2 copies of it. Going for $2 a pop. So let's see. I don't know what this book's about, but it looks pretty cool. Actually, it looks really cool. It takes place out in the desert. Art style is really cool. I'm going to actually read this afterwards. But there's nothing telling me what the book's about. So I'm assuming it's a desert western book. It's going for $2. I have Alien number 9. This is a variant edition going for $2. I actually just watched Alien 3 tonight for the first time with my son. And though I really like the acting in that movie, especially by, what's his face? The guy who plays the surgeon, Charles Dance. He's also the main bad guy in Last Action Hero, and he's just had a bunch of roles. He's fantastic in Alien 3. I think he's the best thing about that entire movie. And Rock. Not the Rock, but the guy who's in the movie. Sigourney Weaver did a good job too. But I think the concept of Alien 3 was not really well thought out. And it's a step back from where James Cameron went with Aliens. But it wasn't like the worst film I ever saw. It just really didn't add anything to the franchise. The twist in the end of the movie was, I already knew it. But my son and I, we've been watching, my older son, Max, we've been on a kick of 90s movies. We watched Terminator, we watched Alien, we watched almost all the Alien movies. We just got to rewatch Resurrection, and then we're all set on Alien. And then we're moving to Predator, and then we're going to do Alien versus Predator. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that I want him to see. Then we're really going to get into Arnold Schwarzenegger and start watching like Commando and Red Heat and True Lies. Here, cool yourself off. All right, I got Alien 1 Annual by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Salvador Larroca. So I've been reading a lot of the Marvel Alien books, mostly as inspiration for Warline, in all honesty. And Warline 2, I got a big man versus beast battle, and I'm referencing a lot of 90s stuff. I'm really highly inspired by a lot of that stuff. Like Warline himself is actually an amalgamation of a few, inspirations for me growing up. The first, of course, being Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade, and Maso-Yama, the guy who created Kyokushin Karate, because he was just like really tough, and he was an incredible fighter. So a combination of those two characters. So honestly, I would really love to see in an on-screen adaptation of Warline. I would really love to see Wesley Snipes. He'd be like my first pick. He's probably the first person I would want to approach. Not really. I made a decision about back in October that I'm not focusing on any film adaptations of my work right now until I get the comics done first, because I really just want the comic work to be great, or as best as I can make it. So not pursuing any film interest right now with Yushin Shin, even though we have the trademark, and the same is true of Warline. I really want to just tell the best story I can, because pursuing the whole movie thing, you really got to have everything together anyway, and you got to have proof of concept, and you also have to have a built-in fan base. So especially with Warline, I'm not really thinking that. But you as the reader, if you're reading the book, I can, I would say that Wesley Snipes is my, my front runner for who I would like to see play Warline. But a runner-up would be Michael J. White, especially because he has a Kyokushin Karate background too. He would be a pretty cool fit. But the idea of Warline, I really loved the first Blade movie when it came out, and that's what really set off all the Marvel movies and everything, was the success of that film. So my thought about Warline was, I saw this character as a version of myself, and a very almost kind of like it created this character in the middle of COVID, and I was probably in the darkest place I'd ever been in my life, because it was right before I got started doing live sales and being here with you guys, and I didn't know what to do. Cons were shut down. I had no idea when they'd be coming back or if they'd be coming back. I mean, the whole world was in chaos. Everything up was down. It was a really crazy time, and there was a convention that was supposed to happen in Tampa, and I was all ready to get back out there. And it had been like maybe about 4 months since I'd worked, so I was ready to get back out there and lead the charge for bringing back conventions. And all of a sudden, it got canceled because there was a huge spike. And I decided on the day that it got canceled, I just threw up my arms and I said, I'm going to create a new comic. Fuck all this. I'm going to make a new comic. And that ended up being Warline. So I had this kind of, what I wanted to do at first was, I was really trying to fix what I did with my original first comic ever, which was a superhero comic, and it was a total flop. And I either destroyed or sold off all the copies that I had of it. I think there's like one remaining somewhere. I got to dig for it. I got to look somewhere and find it. But I originally started trying to fix this book. And what ended up happening was I just started writing stuff just to kind of like get myself in the mode of like doing something. And what I was writing started to slowly piece itself. What I did was I killed, the first thing I ever wrote was the death of that character. It was like I killed it, and I wanted him to be reborn. So it was a superhero I created called the Raven. Couldn't go really far with the character called the Raven because there's already a DC character called the Raven. And I really wanted it to have an urban setting. I made it as like a trilogy, and it was really grounded in Chicago. I did a lot of research on Chicago. I did a lot of research on Ravens. I really had a lot invested in it. And there came a point when I realized I just couldn't get very far with this character because there was so much stuff like this already out there. And I just decided to scrap it, especially once I came across Easton Shin. That was something that I decided was going to help set me apart from everybody else in comics, is really investing myself in a historical hero as opposed to, a superhero. So that was kind of like what that kind of set me on my path. So once COVID, really derailed my plans to get back on the convention front, I figured this is a time to create. This isn't a time to bury myself further in stuff and in depression, really, because things were either going to get better or they were going to get worse. But if I was going to die, I was going to die as a creator, not as like somebody, crying about how horrible things were in the world, So I decided by killing this character, the Raven, who was also kind of like I saw myself through this character, I created a new version of that character through Warline, who was this older guy whose entire life had passed him by. And I was really in that frame of mind because I thought to myself, what if I never got back out on the convention front? What if I never could sell again? Because this was before I thought to myself or had the realization that, hey, I want to start selling comics again. So I was in this really dark place. And I started really creating something that was set to give me inspiration. And the idea was that by being a creator, by deciding to make things, I wasn't throwing in the towel. And luckily things did turn out okay, and we're seeing conventions, and I'm here with you guys, and everything worked out fine. But that was sort of like the origin of the character. And I had to think about how do I want this character to look? Like, what do I want him to actually look like? And I didn't think about it at first. At first the book wasn't even about him. It was about some other guy who was younger. It was kind of more of like a Mask of Zorro retelling, someone taking on the mantle of an old hero. And it was actually going to be just this Raven character who gets the crap kicked out of him and redefines himself by becoming Warline. And then I realized that wasn't the story that I wanted to tell. And as I kept kind of working out the pieces in my head, I had thoughts about the daughter that my ex-wife and I had lost. And the fact that I never really dealt with the emotions of losing that child. And so that's what created Kia. And so as soon as I kind of realized that was the case, this was kind of my chance to let that child live on, because there's a more personal side to it that I've already gotten personal with you guys, but I'll be unraveling too much if I tell you guys anymore. But that's really kind of what got things going. But then the time came, and I was really Afua and I, Afua Richardson, we talked a lot during the time of COVID because, like me, she also really enjoyed going to cons and is totally a showman, showwoman, an incredible showwoman. If you ever see her at a convention, she's just absolutely stunning. She puts on these very elaborate cosplays, and she's just so wonderful with all her fans, and she's awesome. She's my sister from another mister. And we got really close during the time of COVID. And the one thing that I really didn't want to do was try and identify with what was going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything. I didn't want my stories to be attached to that. That was not the reason why I decided to make Warline black. The reason why I decided to make Warline black was because in my mind, he's fucking Wesley Snipes, So I really wanted, and Wesley Snipes really captures, like, if you see him in the Blade trilogy, he's really got this stored up anger in him, and it really holds true to the character. So that's really what I wanted to do with Warlion. So I hope you guys will consider pledging. I went on a little diatribe. I was supposed to be selling $2 comics. I'm gonna get back to it. I'll shut up now. What's up, Philip? How you doing? Chris Rock. Chris Rock is Warlion. Oh, that's great. David, boy! Oh man, that's great. Or Chuck Norris. No, Chuck Norris is he's too old now. Can't do Chuck Norris. But you know, if all else fails, Kevin Hart, baby. Kevin Hart's got it. Or The Rock. Everybody will say the movie is not that bad. Hashtag. That's great. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is too young to play Warlion, in my opinion. Yeah, I need someone old, and that's the idea. It's like, I was also thinking about the first hero, the first person who started everything was Blade, right? And we forgot about him at that point. No one was really talking about Blade because everybody was so focused on everything else going on. But I was like, you know, Blade was the one who got everything started. So the idea of Warlion originally was that he was a forgotten hero, that the world had forgotten about him. And in earlier drafts of the script, he was expecting everybody to be to remember who he was when he returns to Sector 2687 after leaving with his daughter and training her. And he's shocked to find out that no one knows who the hell he is. And I decided to scrap all that because I felt like it made Warlion a little too self-absorbed. And that was something that I had to really peel back the layers of the character for and really focus on what's his mission, what is he really trying to go after. But, you know, he's definitely not forgotten, as you guys will see in the story. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think of it. You can read a preview of it right now if you go. In fact, I'll just drop the link. My man, thank you, Adam. How you doing, dude? Good to see you. So let me just drop the link for the preview for anybody who's watching right now and is like, hey, what's this Warlion thing? You can also go to the Kickstarter and check it out there. And we're still at 95 backers. It'd be really great if we could get, you know, a couple more in here. But here is a preview of the book. Check that out. There's a 12-page preview of the 48 pages of the book. All right, now I'm going to get back to $2 comics. I have Ant-Man #2. This is a variant. And then I have Ant-Man #3 going for $2. I have more Archie. We got Archie. Nick Spencer Archie. And this is issue number 700 of Archie. Issue 700 going for just $2. And the Ant-Mans are going for $2. So there's my diatribe about Warlion. Now we're getting back to slinging comics. I have Empire #4. We got She-Hulk and the Thing on the cover. It's going to go for $2. Is Archie Jewish? Now he's Jewish. We got All Out Avengers #1. #2, we got Kate Bishop on the cover. #3, we got Cap. Get all 3 issues for just $6 for All Out Avengers. Ouchie. It's Archie. Archie. So if you guys don't know where that comes from, I was at Comics Pro one year and I met the publishers of Archie, and I heard them presenting, and the whole time they're like, "We're really excited about the future of Archie. Archie's the greatest comic ever." It's like so afterwards I was like, "It's not Archie. It's not Archie. It's Archie. Very easy. It's Archie." I should make fun of people like that. I was such a jerk. Steven Seagal as Warlion. Steven Seagal is not a real martial artist, though I did like him in Under Siege. He was great in that. That's another movie I should watch with Max. Is Under Siege. That was a great movie. And one thing I loved about Steven Seagal was when he did the random like, like he was great. He had some really good moves. We got Justice League of America #1. This is the new 52 relaunch. That's going to go for $2. Edith and Archie. I have Geiger #2 going for $2. Green Lantern #12 is $2. And then we got a really important book here, guys. Just shut up and listen to what this book is about because it's written by someone really important. David Moore's mother, Alan Moore. This is called Providence, and it's about David Moore's upbringing. It's done by Jason Burrows. Burrows is actually one of my favorite artists. I really like this guy. He did Cross. He's really fantastic. He also did a killer run of Moon Knight. Alan Moore, Jason Burrows doing Providence. This is issue #4, going for $2. Now I got some Vault comics here. I have Mindset #1 from Zach Kaplan. Let's see what this is about. When an introverted tech geek accidentally discovers mind control, he and his friends do something unexpected. They put the science into an app to help users break their technology addiction. It's interesting. I thought about technology addiction. You know what I think about it? I think you should shut up and keep watching the show and buy more comics, you idiot! That's what I think. Stop listening to everybody who says you're addicted to technology and buy some comics so you can go home and read them and be like, shut up! I read comics, you idiot! And I play sports too. I play badminton, moron. There you go. Boom shakalaka. All right. Anybody wants that rack up there? $15. $15 for the rack. $15 and that rack is yours. Iran, Iraq, what's the difference? No Captain America or Superman trades. I'll be on the lookout for some trades soon, Philip. I know you keep asking me about those. I have Tiger Division #1. This is a variant edition. That looks cool. Going for $2. I have Iron Fist #1. First appearance of the new Iron Fist. I actually have 2 different variant covers of this. Definitely worth more than $2. Key book here. It's in pretty good shape. I want to say these are both in very fine condition for the Iron Fist. Got the brand new Iron Fist. I actually read this issue. So there's a new Iron Fist. Danny Rand is no longer Iron Fist, but he's trying to find this guy and teach him how to be the new Iron Fist. It's a pretty good first issue. Some good action there. And then I got Lunar Room #1 from Vault. Cynthia Sinbreaker used to be a lot of things. A werewolf, a mob enforcer for a powerful mage. Name feared on every street of Solar City. Now she's forcibly retired from all those things. Trying to get over her past job and past loves, Zach Zero is a mage with their own agenda. And right now, item #1 is to hire some protection. Normally, Sin wouldn't look twice, but Zero may have the key to getting back the most important thing she ever lost, herself. Another cool new series from Vault Comics. It's a #1. So you can jump on this cool independent comic for just $2. I have Deceased War of the Gods #3 of 8 going for $2. Daredevil #4. This is Legacy #653 going for $2. What's up, Phil? How you doing, man? And check it out. We got a Black Adam ad on the back. David Moore's calling Iron Fist and Mindset. Tiger. Okay, are we calling both those Iron Fists, or are we just calling one of them? Let me know. Okay, so we're going to take, I have two of them, Phil. I have Mindset #1, and I have Lunar Room #1. Do you want to grab them both? It's just $4 for the pair. Or if you just want, just let me know which one you want, Lunar Room or Mindset. Both, got it. I appreciate you guys being here. I wasn't planning on doing this show, but I figured, you know what? It's been kind of like, this is keeping me from not going insane on the Kickstarter, because otherwise I'm just addicted to the screen and looking at everything that's going on there. It's pretty stressful process of getting people engaged with the Kickstarter and doing all that stuff. And I like slinging comics. It's what I live to do. So I'd rather do this than just sit around twiddling my thumbs. Though I do need to get more Warline stuff over to Dexter. We're in the middle of a pretty key scene right now. And I've been kind of procrastinating a bit because I don't want to say procrastinating. I'm just thinking about how to make this next scene in the book as strong as I can. And I've been reading a lot of different comics because I've been buying so much lately. So I'm trying to kind of catch up on reading and find some inspiration for good spreads and put out good work. You know, I don't want to put out a crap book. Sometimes coming up with a layout can take a week, sometimes even 2 weeks. It sucks. But when we're in the meat of the story, like we are right now, issue 2 is going to just honestly blow issue 1 out of the water. As proud as I am of issue 1, issue 1 is a tour de force. Issue 2 is a book that you're going to have to put down and and go for a walk, because it is very emotionally impactful, and I want to tell the best possible story I can. The only way to do that is to read more comics and see what other creators are doing, to watch movies, to play video games, to do all the things that inspire me to create and come up with some cool stuff. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Philip, you can see the Doom books. So we have Doom 2099 #1, #2, #3, and #4. That's going to go for $15. $15 for all 4 books. They're all, I want to say, in fine plus condition. So that's a mid-grade. Sophomore slump. That's exactly right, Phil. I don't want a sophomore slump with that. And based on the feedback that I got with issue 1, the main thing I took from it, from my most skeptical reader, was don't fuck up with issue 2, and there will be no fucking up with issue 2. Issue 2 is gonna really knock your socks off. I've worked really, really hard with Dexter to come up with some really strong scenes. In fact, some of the artwork that he generated for issue 2, he was so proud of that he actually wanted to frame it and hang it himself. And to get an artist to do that really doesn't happen often. What was really cool about it was Sean McCardle, the guy who put us in touch with Dexter, and another creator who I absolutely love. He's doing a book called Wolves of Babylon, which is going to be coming out soon. I'm so excited for it. He was so inspired by that spread from Warline that it helped him with a spread he's working on in Wolves of Babylon. It turned out fucking amazing. Like, Dexter did that, and it just totally killed it. Can't wait for you guys to see that book as well. So if you're a fan of Dexter, he does a lot of stuff for Immortal Studios currently. He's our resident artist now. So he's working on both Warline. He's going to be working on Yisung Shin. We're going to start working on Yisung Shin once we're done with the artwork for Warline #2. And right now we're on page 30. We're working on pages 34 and 35. We need to get up to 48, and then Warline 2 is done. Art-wise, still going to be a lot of work. Cross of Fergie and Jesus. Thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for saying that. All right, next books we got here are, I have a run of Darth Vader books. I have Darth Vader #22, #25, and #26. We got the Emperor who's saying, "You're selling this book for $2? That's not legal." And he says, "I will make it legal." So you can get all 3 of these Darth Vader books for $6. Really? What kind of music? What kind of music did you do, Phil? And you know what? Fuck Nirvana. Nirvana can suck it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I like Nirvana, kind of. You have to be in a mood for Nirvana. I have Cinema Purgatorio #1. Normally a $6 book, going for $2. Garth Ennis and Raulo Caceres. Also starring Max Brooks, who's Mel Brooks' son, and Michael D. Pascal, Karen Gillan, and Ignacio Calero, Christos Gage and Gabriel Andrade, and Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill. David Moore's mom worked on this book too. This is a bunch of short stories printed by Avatar Press, and the artwork in each story is really cool. Cinema Purgatorio #1, going for $2. Dr. Afra #16 is $2. I have another variant of Cinema Purgatorio #1. This one is actually starring. No, it's the same book, just a different cover. This one is of the long penis that's been severed, a severed penis. All right, we're taking Cinema Purgatorio. Got you. Do you want the other one as well? It's the same book, it's just a different cover. Or do you want to pick which one you want? I'll give you a chance to pick. Do you want the penis cover, or do you want the one with the woman on it? He's taking both. Thank you, Phil. Dr. Affer 16, $2 on that. Here. I have Catwoman. #34, going for $2. You should, man. I have Crossed 100. This takes place 100 years after the events of the original Crossed book, by Alan Moore and Gabriel Andrade, going for $2. I started reading this, but I never finished it. I have Bleed Them Dry. This is a ninja vampire tale. Needs no more than that to be told about it. We have issues 3 and #4. This is going to go for $4. $4 on Bleed Them Dry, #3 and 4. Next up, I have Genusville, Captain Marvel. We have #1 here, #2, which has Thanos on the cover, #3, all written by Peter David, by the way, and #4, Son of Captain Marvel. All 4 books going for $8 for the Genusville. Genusville. Cool. I'll see if I can find it. Oh, you'll make the Cinema Purgatorio books. You'll be like, ah! Oh. Hey, so did you guys hear about the war in Ukraine? And how Vladimir Putin's son is involved? His name's Ivan Putin. I'm putting these nuts in your mouth. I got Category 0 Conflict #2 from Scout. Cool Scout book here, going for $2. I got Blood on Sunset #4 from Source Point. That's going to go for $2. I have Black, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. That's going to go for $4 for the pair for Black. It's a cool collection here. Black goes to David Moore. It's a good pickup. I have Blade Runner Origins #6. That's going to go for $2. I have The Boys. Hero Gasm #1. This is a reprint going for $2. Boys #7 is $2. And then I have another Boys 7 going for $2. Grab all these Boys books for $6. Sorry, $6. This next one's going to go real fast, guys. Act fast on this. I have Good Boy #1, cover B, and #1, cover A. $4 books normally, going for $2 right now. Good Boy #1. If you want to know what the idea of Good Boy is, it's basically a reverse John Wick, where the dog is avenging the death of his owner. How would Quincy avenge my death? Like, when I look at him, it's like, if I died, well, he's not. I don't own Quincy, but let's say his mother died. How would his mother, or how would he avenge anyone? Like, he's just such a wiener. Like, he wouldn't. I mean, I love you, dude, but like, you really do suck. Especially after you shit on my rug like 500 times. Like, he wouldn't be able to avenge shit. And Bentley too. Bentley's like a tank without a gun. Like, he's got big teeth. Or sorry, he's got a big body, but his teeth suck. They don't do anything. Even if he bites you, it does nothing. I'm sorry, Quincy. I didn't mean to wake you up from your nap. Go ahead, go back to sleep. He was sound asleep and I woke his ass up. He wouldn't avenge shit. He'd be like, "Hey, do you got a snack?" He'd become the dog from the Goosebumps story. He wouldn't do nothing. He ain't avenging shit. I got Ghost Cage #1. This is gonna go for $2. This is a popular book. I had a bunch of copies and it all went. So I saw another one and I figured, hey, maybe there's somebody else who wants Ghost Cage #1. Even more, I think you're one of the people who picked that up. Did you read it? Do you have any opinions on it? Anything you can tell us about it? Now Quincy's licking again. He's going to lick people to death. That's what he would do. I have Hellboy 1957 Forgotten Lives. 2 copies of that. Going for $2. I have Hellboy in the BRPD 1957 Falling Sky. I have Hellboy in the BRPD Time is a River. Night of the Apocalypse. The Bones of Giants #3 of 4. The Lantern Club #4. And the Silver Lantern Club #5. If you want to take all these Hellboy books off my hands here, with the duplicate, we got 2, 4, 6, 8 books here, which would be 16. I'll do it for 15. But if you don't want the duplicate, I'll do it for 14. $14 without the duplicate. If you want all those Hellboys. Keep moving here. Having a great show tonight. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We're doing $2 comics right now. We got a campaign going for Warlion. So please be sure to check it out. Let's see where we're at with the Warlion campaign right now. Did we get even a single backer? And even if we don't, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, we're still at 95 backers. So we're 5 backers away from hitting 100. All right. I got Deathstroke Incorporated #11. That's going to go for $2. Dark Crisis 2 is going for $2. I have another Vault comic series called Dead Box #1. That's going to go for $2. I'm going to tell you guys what that's about in just a second. So, Dead Box #1. Welcome to Lost Turkey, where the main source of entertainment is a cursed DVD machine that seems to know more about the fate of its citizens than they do. That's kind of freaky. $2 for Dead Box #1. And then I got Dark Beach #1, cover A. It's going to go for $2. I have Damage Control #2. This is legacy number 17. When superheroes need help, they call it the damage control. Going for $2. I have Earth Prime The Flash number 5 of 6. That's going to go for $2. I have The Girl Who Electrified Tesla number 3 from Titan Comics. It's going to go for $2. Some cool indie books here, guys. That's from Hard Case Crime Comics. I have Fox and Hare number 1 and number 2 from Vault. I'm going to give you guys the pitch. When black market coder Aurora Yee uncovers top secret data that has tapped into the past lives of the citizens of Mazu Bay, her world is turned upside down. The mega corporation Sinistry Designs wants its data back and is hot on her trail. Aurora has no choice but to turn to the Fox and the Hare, the most feared mercenaries in the city, for protection. This looks really cool, actually. The art in here is pretty sick. This looks really badass. Fox and Hare, number 1 and 2 is going to go for just $4. Some cool action here. We got a dude with the sword and his girl pal who uses guns. Get them both for $4. They're mercenaries. Dark Beach. Off the fill. Gotcha. Chuck, what's up, brother? No, I actually Palatine. No, actually, I have a lot of appearances this next week. So tomorrow, I am going to be on Talking Shop with Miss Jen at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be online with Rafael Tabarez Jr., who is heading off, what was his company? Bit and Apple TV. So we're going to be talking about the Warline campaign tomorrow. We got Chris Madd coming on too. He did one of the variant covers for Warline, so be sure to check that out. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then on what else do I have going on this week? I have a bunch of appearances I'm doing, but I'll also be online. I'll be back on the air on Tuesday on the Comic Book Shopping Network at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. I guess based on how this show is going so far, I might cycle through some of this stuff again, but I'll mix in some other stuff too. So we got some stuff that we can move through. My hope is that we can move through a majority of it on Tuesday, so I can go on and restock on Tuesday. Pete's got a huge collection of books for me to look at, so I'm gonna go take a look at them. Yeah, Matt's awesome, dude. Thank you for making that connection, Chuck. By the way, I've been checking out your Fortnite videos. You've been whooping some ass on there, dude. Those videos are great. I have Friday number 1 going for $2 from Image. $2 on that. Oh my God, is it 10:30 already? Time has been flying. I have Firepower number 12. That's going to go for $2. And now we got a double rack here. If you want the double rack, it's $30 for everything. That is an insane deal on all of these books. If not, that's okay. I'm going to take all this stuff down right now and just showcase it again one more time. We're going to keep the prices where they're at, $2 a pop, because I want to give my CBSN folks a chance to call some of these books. We got some really good stuff here. We had some really good stuff here today. I'm going to take these down, then we're going to do our FOMO books. I'll probably keep the same setup for the bottom because I really want to move those timeless books. If anybody's interested in picking up the Alex Ross timeless books that I have on the bottom row, I'm doing it all for $1.20 as opposed to $1.45, which is the estimated dollar value of all the books. So I'll take $25 off. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's crazy. I got on late tonight. This was a last minute idea that I had to do a show tonight, and it was just, I wanted to do something, just so, I wasn't just sitting around tonight procrastinating. All right, so where are we at with Warline so far? We are still at 95 backers. So our campaign hasn't moved at all today, which is okay. It actually did move today. We raised about $200 today, so I'm happy with what we did today. Even if we don't get any further than that, that's okay. I just want to do something. I just want to hang out with you guys and show you some of the cool comics I got. All right, so I got Justice League of America #1 from the New 52. That's $2. Geiger #2 is $2. Green Lantern #12 is $2. I have Providence #4 going for $2. Star Wars Bounty Hunters 23 is $2. I have this cool Black Panther set. We have issue #1. It's a John Romita Jr. variant. Legends #2. Here's another #1, Black Panther Unconquered. All $2 books. Legends #4 is $2. Black Panther #5 is $2. #6 is $2. You want all these Black Panther books? It is $12 for the run. $12 on the Black Panther run. Archie #22, $2. We have Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #1, #3, and #4. We're missing #2, but you got these 3 issues for just $6. Normally these are $5 books. It would be $15 normally. You can grab them all for $6 right now, this set. Batman #32, 0 year, going for $2. This is Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Army of Darkness versus Reanimator, $2 on that. We have Ghost Rider #4 and #7. That is $4 on the pair. I have Avengers X-Men Eternals #1. This is a Delgado variant, and then I have an Arthur Adams Storm variant going for $2 on the pair. $2 a piece, so that's $4 for the set. I have Batman Face Clan #1, that is $2. I have Batman and Robin #34, that's $2. Detective Comics 33, 2 variants of that, going for $2 a piece. Batman versus Bigby #1 is $2. Batman Killing Time #4 of 6, that's $2. I have Above Snakes #1. Surprised no one went after this one. This looks really badass. I don't know what it's about, but looks really cool. $2 on that. I have Alien Variant Edition #9. That's going to go for $2. I have the Alien Annual #1. That's $2. I have Ant-Man #2 and #3. That's $4 on that. I have Archie #700 going for $2. Empire #4 is $2. I have All Out Avengers 1, 2, and 3 going for $6. $6 on these. Okay, got you, Elena. Army of Darkness and Reanimator. Let's see where that is. Let's see. There we go. Got you, Elena. Wow. Chuck Pino is offering something pretty solid here. An hour of his time to the 100th backer of Warline. We're 5 backers away from hitting it. I think this is really awesome, especially if you are somebody who is looking to make their own comic. I'll tell you right now, Warline would not exist if it wasn't for Chuck. It started with us having an hour-long conversation. So earlier I was telling you guys about where I started with Warline. Originally, I was supposed to work on this book with David Anthony Kraft, and I was sending him the scripts. He was sending them back to me, and he was telling me what needed to be fixed on it, and I was kind of thinking about it. And then we were working on Easton Shin, and then Khan started coming back, and then all of a sudden, Dak got COVID, and he died. And I was going through a really rough time because I separated from my soon-to-be ex-wife for the first time, and I was just in a really dark place. Eventually, I ended up coming back for another year, and then things became more finalized with our separation. And I was ready to give up on Palatine. In all honesty, I was just not going to do this book. And it was interesting because I was on Chuck's show in December. And Chuck has an incredible show, by the way. It's now on the Experience. He does Triple T, Tricks, Talk, and Treats. And you guys can check it out every Wednesday on the Experience. And he's got new guests coming on every week. But before that, Chuck was doing interviews, and his interviews were fantastic. He would bring on creators for like 2 hours at a time and chat with them. And when we were talking, he was asking me a lot of questions that got me thinking about moving forward. And I thought to myself, I should really talk to that guy about working with him at some point, because he's got some really good ideas for helping clear roadblocks. In fact, Chuck, I actually need to talk to you tomorrow. I was actually going to reach out to you about Warline 2 tomorrow. And but going back to my whole point, I was in a really bad spot, and I kept changing things in Warline and moving around and doing all this stuff. And it was getting to the point where I was so frustrated with it that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't go further on my own. And I'm really glad I reached out to him, because we had a 1 hour long conversation. And in that 1 hour, he helped me really refocus on what needed to be done with the book. And he told me, this is what you should do. You should start out with an outline, come up with some character profiles and everything. That got the ball rolling. That is what allowed me to get to the point where I got that first script done. And it was all stuff I should have done from the beginning. But I think that I was in such a place that I was just trying to explore so much. With Yisung Shin, everything was kind of rigid because it's all based in history. And even with Marx, it was also kind of based in history. When I had my one shot on Tales from the Crypt, that was sort of like, again, there's no need for an outline for like a really short story. But this is something where we're world building here, and you really need to have that grounded structure for it. And that 1 hour with Chuck is the reason why Warline exists now. So just letting you know, that's a pretty big deal here. 5 backers away, and the 100th person gets an hour of Chuck's time. Chuck, thank you for offering that. You're the man. All right. I'm going to take down these books now, and then we're going to do our FOMO books. And then we're going to build our final rack, and then we're going to end this show. And hopefully we can get at least one more backer. That would be really cool. If we got like 96 backers, that would be awesome. I guess we would need somebody who's really serious about making comics or telling a story of some kind. I mean, Chuck will edit the hell out of anything. He'll edit the hell out of you, and he'll do a goddamn great job of it. No joke about it. Yes, Chuck and Wendy are awesome. I agree with you, Elena. You are not wrong about that. This is a true statement. Okay. So I'm going to showcase these books. These are going away afterwards. I have Deceased War of the Undead Gods, number 3 of 8, going for $2. I have Daredevil, number 653, number 4 in the new series, going for $2. I have this Darth Vader set here. We have issue 22, 25, and 26, going for $6. $6 here for all these books. Elena's the bomb. I love Elena. She is totally a keeper. I agree. And she plays football, the European football. Dr. Afra, number 16. That makes her even more of a keeper. That's $2. Catwoman 34 is $2. Crossed 100, number 5 is $2. Bleed Them Dry, a Ninja Vampire Tale. There's the pitch. $2 going for $4. We have Genusville, Son of Captain Marvel, number 1 through 4, going for $8, written by Peter David. The Boys, Herogasm, number 1. This is a reprint. I have another reprint of Boys 7. This is a color version, black and white, going for $2 a pop. Blade Runner Origins, number 6 is $2. Category 0 Conflict, number 2 from Scout Comics is $2. Blood on Set number 4 is $2. Deathstroke Inc. number 11 is $2. I have this really cool Hellboy set here, Hellboy in the BRPD 1957. Falling Sky from 1957. Time is a River, $2. Night of the Cyclops. Bones of Giants, number 3 of 4, and the Silver Lantern Club, number 4 and number 5. If you want to grab all of them with the duplicates, it's going to be $16. Sorry, $15. And if you don't want the duplicate, it'll be $14. Is that Joe McPhee in the house? We got Joe McPhee in the house. Yes, late night Sunday sale, my brother. How you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while. We have Ghost Cage number 1 going for $2. I have Good Boy number 1 and number 2 for $4. Get the first 2 issues of Good Boy for $4. That's a steal. Dark Crisis number 2, $2. Dead Box number 1. It's about a DVD player that knows more about you than you realize. Going for $2. Firepower number 12, a double size issue, $2. Damage Control number 2 is $2. The Flash number 5 of 6 from Earth Prime. Minky Woodcock, The Girl Who Electrified Tesla, number 3 is $2. I have Fox and Hare number 1 and 2 going for $4. It's about 2 mercenaries who are helping out this girl. One of them has a sword and the other one uses guns. And then I have Friday going for $2. All right. It's time for our FOMO books. So that's cool, man. Excellent. I have no doubt you will. It's FOMO time. I'm going to air that video. Hang on a second.
It's FOMO time! What's that even mean anyway? Oh, is that what it means? I'm such a weirdo for missing out on these great deals!
All right, so our FOMO books for tonight are all the Alex Ross Timeless covers. We have the Vulture on Amazing Spider-Man number 24. This is going to go for $10. I have Elektra on the cover of Daredevil 9. That's going to go for $10. Galactus on the cover of Avengers Assemble Omega number 1. Pretty big deal here. I have Hela on the cover of Carnage 12. We got Nightcrawler on Excalibur 13. That's going to go for $10. I have Electro on the cover of Miles Morales Spider-Man number 5. I have Dormammu on the cover of Doctor Strange number 1. And Beast on the cover of X-Force number 13. These are all $10 books here, except for the Beast one. That's going to go for $5. So tonight's FOMO books are going to go for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 75, 120. So we got 145 plus 75. That's $220 worth of books on the Alex Ross, for all the Alex Ross Timeless covers. I want to sell these right now. All right. Forget the Kickstarter. Forget everything. We're talking about comics for your collection here. All right. So if you want these Alex Ross Timeless covers, I'm not trying to get you to get on my Kickstarter. I want you to have what you're looking for here. Here's what I'm willing to do to help make that happen. We're at $220. I'm going to knock the price down to $150 and save you $70 on all of these covers. Not only that, I'm going to hook you up with free shipping. You're looking at picking up 22 comics. That's 22 comics. All of the Alex Ross variants, the majority of the villain ones. We're missing a few here and there. They're still releasing them too, I believe. You grab them all. It's $150. All of it at $150. I would love nothing more than to get rid of these books. Something for you to think about while we're moving into the final stretch of our show here. We have another stack of books that we're going to do here. And grab all of those Timeless covers. And It's $150 with free shipping and a spin on the wheel. Something for you guys to consider here. All right, let's get back to the comics we got here. I have a Black Mask series. This is cool. This is called God Killer #1. What a beautiful looking book. Check out that cover. It's going to go for $2 from Black Mask Studios. $2. I have Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #2, #3, #4, and #5, and #6. That is all going to go for $10. We're just missing issue 1, but you get them all for $2. I actually have an issue 1. It's the other book that I showed you earlier. So if you want that as well, it'd be $12. I hear you. No, you get what you need to get. I totally hear you. And if they don't sell tonight, they don't sell tonight. It's how it goes. Guys, keep in mind, I totally get it. I've been off the air for like 3 weeks now, and I have a Kickstarter going. I understand I'm coming at you like from a billion different directions. So I honestly, for me, it's just about being here, being live, doing something as opposed to doing nothing. That's usually what I find helps. And coming out here and being able to talk about the Kickstarter a little bit and hang out with you guys, that's really what this is about. You know, it's not just like, hey, if I don't sell X amount of books, you know, everything's on the line. This is a new collection. I just picked the stuff up and we're doing really well on it. I mean, I would say it's a quarter of the way of paying itself off already. So that's great. I got a head start for next week. I ain't complaining. I have Fantastic Four #3, #46. Ooh, and another copy of God Killer. $2. All $2 books. I have Strange Academy #11. That's going to go for $2. I have Jane Foster, The Mighty Thor #1 and #3. That's going to go for $4. Yes. To save the orphanage. I got Venom #9. This is Legacy #209. That's going to go for $2. God Killer. Phil's grabbing a copy. We still got another copy for $2 if anybody's interested. Thank you, Phil. Phil, I really appreciate you shopping with me tonight. Thank you. And Elena, David, more. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Everyone else, suck! No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Just totally kill it. Just totally joking. I got Killing Red Sonja #2 going for $2. The best part is once I sell through this stuff, I'm out buying more stuff. So we'll see. I think Wednesday I'll probably stop by Pete's. I also might go to Dreamland Comics and build out another box just so I can get a bunch of other stuff. I have Something is Killing the Children #22. That's going to go for $2. Seven Sons Part 1, featuring a cool Jay Lee cover. It's going to go for $2. I have Seven Secrets #10 and #11, $4 on the set from Tom Taylor. Some good stuff there. I have Jim Henson's The Storyteller Shapeshifters #3 of 4. That's going to go for $2. I have Steel Grip Star Key #5 in a 6-issue series, going for $2 from Epic, Marvel's old line. I should bring that back. I have Freak Show Kingdom from Second Sight Publishing. This is cover A, only a $5 book. You can get it right now for just $2. Freak Show Kingdom. Looks like an anthology of, is it an anthology? No, it's not. Oh, it's got zombies and stuff. $2 for Freak Show Kingdom. Green Lantern number 3 and Green Lantern number 6. That is $4. Uncanny X-Men 21. We got Juggernaut on the cover. That's really dope. $2 on that. I have Superman, Son of Kal-El. This is the 2021 annual. Going for $2. Elena, I was thinking about you with this. This is something you're definitely going to want. I have Belit and Valeria, Swords and Sorcery, number 1, number 2, and number 5, going for $6. Let me know if you want to take these. I totally was thinking of you. I'm not going to lie when I grabbed these books. $6 on that set. I have Captain America number 6, going for $2. This is from the Marvel Knights run. It's a good run of books there. Bermuda number 1 is $2. I have Iron Fist number 4, going for $2. I found another House of Slaughter number 1, going for $2. I Walk with Monsters from Vault Comics. I have the first 5 issues of this series. We got issue 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. I don't know what this book is about, but let's check what the first issue says. In JC's past is the important man who took away her brother. Now JC has David, who sometimes transforms into a terrifying beast. Together they found a way to live and to hunt, sniffing out men who prey on the vulnerable. But JC and David are about to run into an important man again. A haunting story about the monsters that walk beside us all and sometimes lurk within. This looks really cool. It's written by Paul Cornell. He's done a lot of cool stuff for DC. Looks really dark and cool. I Walk with Monsters 1 through 5 can be picked up right now for $10. That's 50% off what it would normally sell for at your local comic shop. Ship, what's up, man? Yeah, no, I totally understand. Ship, we're on Kickstarter right now with Warline. Feel free to make your pledge, man. That would mean a lot to me. If we get to 100 pledges, our 100th backer will get a free consultation from Chuck Pino. I have Ironhead here. This is badass from Second Sight Publishing. I don't know what this is about, but the cover's really cool. Close-up of a dude with a cool sword. Cool design, going for $2. I have Iron Cat number 5. That's $2. I have Girl Scouts number 1, going for $2. I have Giga number 1. Here's a variant of it by Alex Packnadell. This is a pretty cool series. Nobody knows why the skyscraper-sized mechs known as Giga fought their bitter, centuries-long war. All they know is that when the fighting finally stopped, the dormant Giga became humanity's new habitat and new gods in one. When disgraced engineer Evan Calhoun finds an apparently murdered Giga, his society and the fascistic, tech-centered religious order that controls it are rapidly thrown into chaos. So I have 2 copies of the regular cover A going for $2. I've read the first 2 issues of this. It's really good stuff. And then I have this variant here going for $2. You pledged allegiance, my man. You pledge allegiance. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. How you doing, Chip? I'm actually applied for the Boston Comic-Con, so I might be heading out towards your neck of the woods soon. So Girl Scouts number 1, $2. I have Red Sonja number 11. Mars Attacks Red Sonja number 2. $2 on those. And Elena, no worries. I understand you got an expensive day tomorrow. No worries. I'll showcase these books again. It's not a big deal. Get your stuff that you need first. That's the most important thing. I have Slumber number 1 going for $2. Gold Digger, number 37. Well, that's a great title for a book. Far Cry, Esperanza's Tears, number 1. This is a tie-in from the newest Far Cry game that came out. I don't know if you guys are fans of that series. I really like the 3rd and 4th one, and didn't get into the 5th one as much. I have from Cosmic Times, From Blood, number 3. Just came across this. I know Martin Piero, the publisher, and figured I'd grab this. Why not? I also backed this latest campaign, which was successful. I have Space number 9, going for $2. And that is everything from the new collection today. Let's see where we're at with time. We're at 10:56. Okay. So I also have Stormbreakers Variant Edition number 1. That's going to go for $2. And we still got all the Alex Ross Timeless covers going for $150. Normally it's $220 value that we're going to do right now for just $150 for the next 3 minutes of the show. I don't know what I'm going to do on Tuesday's CBS intro. I might just, take all this stuff down and redress the setup here. We'll see, but we got $2 books here for you guys. If anybody wants to, you can grab those other books here. So Warline is now currently where it was when we started it. Let's see what the backer report tells us. Hang on just a second. Because I started a little bit later, we'll go a little later too. So I'll showcase all those books that are up there right now again. So we're at 95 backers right now, which is fantastic. Wow. That's awesome. Let's see here. We had a really big backer today, so I appreciate that very much. The dashboard. There we go. That dashboard's going to tell us where we're at. So we're at 44% funded. I was really hoping we could hit 50 by the end of this show, but, it is what it is. Figured coming on here was better than not showing up at all. And we sold through some comics, so I'm happy. I'm happy with that. And I know I'm coming at you guys again from all these different directions. Like, hey, support my Kickstarter and buy more comics from me. I get it. It's a lot of asking. But you never know unless you ask. So we got all the Alex Ross Timeless covers, a $220 value going for $150 tonight. We got these $2 comics here. I'll sell this rack off right now for just $15 to anybody who wants it. If you want all those books plus these here, it's an extra $5. I'll do it all for $20 for the rack. And I'll give you guys 1 minute here, and then I'm going to just take that stuff down, and then we're going to go through it one more time, and then I am closing out tonight's show. So once it's 11 o'clock, I'll take all that stuff down. But again, highly recommend considering all the Alex Ross Timeless covers. It's a really good pickup. Real nice pickup. All right, once we hit 11 o'clock. Which will be any moment now. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to take down these books again, showcase them one last time, and then we're closing out tonight's show. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Every little bit counts. You guys are fantastic. I'll be back on the air next week on CBSN, the Comic Book Shopping Network, at 10 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be showcasing all new comics. And probably some of this stuff too. working through more of it. Okay, we're going to go through the rest of these real quick, and then we are calling it a night. So I got Stormbreakers number 1 going for $2. Space number 9 is $2. From Blood number 3 from Cosmic Times is $2. Far Cry number 1, Esperanza's Tears, $2. Gold Digger number 37 is $2. Slumber number 1 is $2. Mars Attacks and Red Sonja number 2 is $2. Red Sonja number 11 is $2. Girl Scouts number 1 is $2. We have Giga number 1. We have this cool, what is this, Micronauts variant going for $2. Or is it ROM? ROM Space Knight variant, $2. And then we have the regular standard cover going for $2. I have I Walk with Monsters 1 through 5 going for $10. $10 on the one I Walk with Monsters. That looks like a cool series. Might actually like that. House of Slaughter 1, $2. Iron Cat number 5 is $2. Iron Head number 1, $2. Belita and Valeria number 1, 2, and 5 is $6. Oh, absolutely, Elena. Thank you for showing up for it. I appreciate it. Bermuda number 1 is $2. Iron Fist number 4 is $2. Captain America number 6 from the Marvel Knights is $2. Freak Show Kingdom is $2. Green Lantern number 3 and number 6 is $2 a pop. That's $4 for the set. Uncanny X-Men number 21, that's Legacy 643, $2. Superman Son of Kal-El number the 2021 annual, $2. Steel Grip Star Key number 5 of 6 is $2. Jim Henson's Storyteller number 3 of 4 is $2. Seven Secrets number 10 and number 11, that is $4 on the set. Seven Sons number 1 is $2. Strange Academy number 11 is $2. Something is Killing the Children number 22 is $2. Killing Red Sonja number 2 is $2. Venom number 209 is $2. Jane Foster the Mighty Thor number 1 and number 3 is $4. Fantastic Four 3 is $2. Fantastic Four 46 is $2. I have Nightmare Country number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is a Sandman Universe crossover. It's going to go for $10 for the set. And I have God Killer number 1 going for $2. And that is it, guys. That is all the comics we have here. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. I'll be back on Tuesday next week. I look forward to seeing you. I will send out invoices for everybody who bought books from me tonight, tomorrow, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one. See you later.